Hey everybody, this week's topic came from Kat, who wanted to know how to shift from feeling worried to finding peace. In the previous video, I talked about how I got through feeling worried. In this video, I'll talk about how I shifted from feeling worried to finding peace. In the next video, I'm focusing on peace, and then we'll meditate, and the last video will be the Friday or the Friday Ditty, where I bring it all together and get a little more poetic and a little more nerdy to make sense of the journey. All of these videos will appear in the playlist Finding Peace When Feeling Worried. So if you have a question like Kat did, comment below or DM me on Instagram. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself. The question I'm starting with now is, when did you feel worried and how did you get through it to find some peace? I am thinking of a moment where I was sitting in a courthouse and I was super worried about what the outcome was going to be. And I think I thought also there were people there that it didn't make sense for them to be there because that wasn't what we were arguing about. and I was concerned as to why they were subpoenaed. And then I was super worried about it. And then what I did to get through it and find some peace was I think I started breathing. But then I actually decided to just talk to the person and be like, hey, what's going on? And I was able to ask some really cool questions that I don't think I would have otherwise asked, but I knew that if I didn't shift somehow the energy, that I was going to be a terrible mess, when I had to go into the courtroom. So how did I know, or how did you know you were starting to find peace? I think I knew when my body started to relax, and I was like, oh, this person's not so threatening. I don't need to worry about them. I think it was like I was so used to worrying that I saw this person and I'm like, they're out to get me. And that wasn't the case. But in order to find that out, I had to have I needed to communicate with them. Why was it important to you to feel peace? Well, it was important to me to feel peace because I really didn't like feeling stressed out all the time. It felt icky. Now that I feel like I have more peace in my life now. There's a different feeling in the body. In fact, finding peace was actually a little bit scary. Because I was so used to that worry and concern, I used to be so afraid to relax. And so because I was afraid to relax, it's like I was in fight or flight all the time. So this change was important to me, I think, because I knew that I wanted to be relaxed and I wanted to have peace. I didn't always know how to get there. I feel like I was a little bit of a ping pong ball trying to find peace. And I'm glad I still kept looking because now I know how to find it. But if I hadn't practiced all these years, it's literally been years of practice to finding peace, I don't think I wouldn't have gotten here. And that change was important to me because I knew that there was another way to live, and I had seen hope. I had seen other people in my life do it, and I had read books about it. So what is one thing that helped me find peace when I was worried? Let's see. One thing that helped me find peace, well, like I said, in that one situation, it was talking to the person. In another situation, it might be just going to the bathroom and breathing, or going outside and connecting with the earth. And sometimes I think it's talking to people, not necessarily about what I'm worried about, but asking them, hey, when you were worried, how did you get through that? How did you? I want to know because I might have to use it again. Um, and I might forget. Like a lot of times things happen in my life and I forget how I got through it before. And I have to really, really think about, ooh, what was it like when I was in that situation where I was worried all the time? So, what effort or time did I put into, or did you put in to shift from worried to peaceful? Ooh, a lot. Years. I think I just said years. Because otherwise it was like a subconscious or an unconscious thing, and it was just like letting life provide that peace for me. But there was a place in time where I think I realized, oh, I can give peace to myself. I don't have to stay in this worried, frantic place. So, what did I overcome to find peace? Oh, a lot. I think most importantly, I had to overcome that need to what I call hang on to the rope. And it was really, really hard to let go because I think I thought I could control or fix or do all of those things that I had no control over. Okay, so that's what it is. I thought I could control things I couldn't control. And so in order to overcome that, to find peace, I needed to just let that go. And I was inspired to learn how to let go by the people in my life, because there were people in my life going through stressful situations where they could have been worried a lot, and yet it was just part of life. So they didn't have to control these things. And, it's like, well, I did the step that I needed to do and now I've got to wait. And then they were just happy doing their life. And I really wanted that in a big way. So I was inspired to work at this for years so that I could find peace. So whose day is better because I found peace? I think that the people around me are also more peaceful now. Like in those moments, I think it was me, right? If I'm going to go back to the moment in time that I spoke of briefly at the beginning of this video, I think my day was better because I found peace. And now I know that also it's the people around me. How did I know I was finding peace or that I had found peace? I think I knew because of the feeling inside of my body and my tenacity to continue to look for it. Like, okay, where's it? Where am I going to find it? I mean, I used all kinds of technology like a spire stone, which used to vibrate if I started shallow breathing. I used the inner balance from Heart Math, which is a technology that you can try it. So you work on your breathing and imagine breathing in and out of your heart, and then you can get into heart brain coherence, which is much better for the body. So I think that by recognizing this, now I do want to point out that when I started using some of this technology, like when I found that peace, it actually felt really foreign, and that piece was actually a little scary. So I would backtrack a little bit. It's like I'd get to this point that felt super relaxed, and then I would tense up because it didn't feel normal. So if anything, for me, I had to go slowly so that I could start to find this peace in my life. What does it say about you? That I think it's, what does it say about you that you're willing to work this hard to find peace? I think that it says that it's important to me. And what did you need to see to know that you finding peace impacted those around you? Well, I think I needed to see that I was having better and more relaxed relationships. Like the people that I was around, they didn't have to try and be perfect to be around me. They could just be themselves. And that meant with all their worry too. Like if they came in worried, okay, I could be the peaceful one holding the space for that concern or that worry. What's one thing you know you can do because you know how to find a little peace? I can hold that space for other people who don't have peace in that moment. And the skills, the next question is, what skills will I use? I think that it goes back to that breathing. For me, the only person I have any control over is me. So the skills I use, I can only, like, I can use other skills that may or may not impact other people, but I don't get to decide if they take them. I don't get to force them on them, because when I do that, it actually makes it worse, and then I have less peace. But I can offer them as a gift. Hey, would you like to use this tool? This is super helpful. And sometimes they say no. And I've got to remember that that's not about me. That's just where they're at. And that's another way that I keep my peace. So what does that mean that you can do in the future? For me, that means that I can be in those situations where it might feel stressful and there might be reason to worry, but that the worry can come and I can acknowledge it, and I can take some breaths, or I can do some of the other things I talked about, and I can relax and just be like, okay, well, it's time to expect the unexpected, because I don't know what's going to happen next. I would love to hear from you. When have you been worried and found peace, and how did you do that? These videos will be located in the playlist Finding Peace When Feeling Worried. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself.